Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we are going to go through the newest version of Monster Strike. It is 30.0 and unfortunately, despite the fact that it is a 30.0 nice round number update, in general this update is pretty disappointing in terms of content. Um yeah, there's no way to sugarcoat it. It's pretty meh. And once again, let me apologize for this being late. Usually I try to do this as soon as the update drops, but I was just not feeling it yesterday, and I am mostly over the sickness that just KO'd me last week. And I am going to be taking a drink once in a while during the video, just because otherwise, and it still might happen, I'll just have a coughing fit. So let me apologize in advance for that. But without further ado, let's get going. And arguably the biggest thing of version 30.0 is going to be the fact that they added a Monst Premium Pass. And this is basically an upgrade to the existing Mon Pass that you can purchase right now. But this is going to be the bulk of the video because there's just... anyways, it sucks to do this as a free-to-play player, but there are people out there that may be interested, and well, it does cost a significant amount of more money. So is it worth it for you to look at? Let's just go over it real quick and make sure you understand what is actually a part of this pass. This is 1,980 yen per month and can be purchased either in-game or via the web shop, whichever way you prefer. Now, the basics here is that the month starts when you purchase this pass. When the month is up, it will auto-renew unless you go in and disable it yourself. The rewards are available for that month up to 3:59 a.m. of the day after the month ends. So if you forgot to use certain items that will refresh each month you have the pass, you have until 3:59 a.m. So don't forget, right? Like, you're paying for this, make sure you take advantage of it on that. Now, whatever platform you're using, I know there's sometimes an issue where, maybe you and your brother are on the same ID for the platform. I don't know. But it's just reiterating the fact that only one ID can be used per platform ID when purchasing things. I do believe the web store has resolved a lot of issues that were tied into that in the past. So if you did have that problem, do consider checking out the web store to make sure that you can use things properly. And yeah, I have nothing to show you right now for most of the video because, well, I don't know. I guess I could show you where in the pack. Is it even here? Yeah, there you go. You can look at that screen. Now, ending the pass does require manual intervention because it does auto-renew. You must do this 24 hours plus before the pass ends. I'm sure that's just edge case stuff that becomes a headache if you don't do that properly. And of course, you must use it through the whatever platform you used, whether it's in-game or through the web store. What is important is that uninstalling the game is not enough to end your purchase cycle for the pass. You must actually go in and cancel it, otherwise it will still renew, because they don't know that you've uninstalled it from all devices, right? Maybe they could tell, I don't know, but it is easier to make sure that you are the one responsible for canceling them, even if you've uninstalled the game. So please be careful about that. Now, of course, even if you've ended paying for the pass, you may still use the rewards as long as it's in the active period that you have paid for. You're never going to be able to get a refund for anything you paid for the pass. And if for some reason, like, you were paying for it, you cancel it, and then you were like, oh, actually, you know what, I want it again. If you do that within 3 days of the month end period that you initially paid for, it will still consider to be a consecutive purchase of the pass. So just a way to make sure that things are still okay for you. And the first time you purchase this pass, you get 30 commercial skip tickets. Oh yeah, I don't know, everybody loves those tickets, right? Yeah. Anyways, what are the benefits you get from this pass? Now, remember, the Mon Pass already had a significant amount, and it only costs 480 yen per month. Honestly, if you're not averse to paying money for the game, ooh, apologies. If you're not averse paying any money, this is really not that bad. You get some good benefits, like stocking quests is nice. Having a Mon spot, your My Spot, always being a plus is a huge bonus, especially for people outside of Japan, because you only get one spot per day. And to have it always being a plus is quite nice, I would imagine. The EXP is insignificant. One free stam refill, I don't know, but yeah, like the right half is what I think you get your money's worth, and that's 480 yen. So the question is, are the new stuff worth an additional 1,500 yen per month? And honestly, from my point of view, I am really suspect about its value. You get a lucky result at will, which is nice. We'll go into the details on separate slides. You start with one lucky monster. That seems absolutely worthless, in my opinion. Again, we'll talk about that later. And then you have the opportunity to purchase another pack, which costs money. On top of that, it's not included in that 1980 price point. You only get the key to right? You only get the key to unlock that pass. Oh, hold on. Okay, I think everything's back to normal. Where was I? Yeah, you get the opportunity to pay for this pack. So, all right, let's see. Anyways, so the lucky result at will. Like I said, you can guarantee that this run you are doing will give a lucky result by selecting the button on the bottom left. That button will guarantee you the result will be a lucky result. Once you use that, you are not able to use that button again for 2 weeks. Once it's been 2 weeks, that button will be available again, and you can once again utilize the bonus here. Now, of course, you can only use this as a as a host, not as guest, or if you do it solo, but that seems not very worth it. If you are playing co-op, then guests will also get the bonus, so thank you for that. And of course, this is important. If you fail that quest, it will still be used up. So there is no safeguard on this. You got to make sure you clear that quest to get the result. Otherwise, you will waste it for those 2 weeks, and you will have to wait the full 2 weeks before you can use it again. This is a nice bonus if you are, farming a particularly annoying quest. Then it helps you guarantee your timing, what people you play with, to maximize your results, which is not that bad. Now, this one, start with one lucky monster by enrolling in the premium Monster Premium Pass. You are always guaranteed to start with one lucky monster for that period. Is this really necessary? I mean, like, I really do not see that much pain. I don't know, maybe if you're just starting, but yeah, you start with one, so that means you only need 2 more lucky monsters to unlock all rewards for that week. I mean, I guess if you're new, it's a nice way to make sure you can try to get that 3rd bonus, but honestly, this seems not very worth it in terms of a bonus. And then you've got the special pack. Again, you have the opportunity to pay for this. Only Mon Pass Premium holders can purchase this pack, and there is a decent amount in here. For only 980 yen, you can get 10 orbs, 30 commercial skip tickets, a Miracle Min, a Fuero biscuit, a Araberu bell, a Waku Waku stick, and one of each scroll, which does notably include the Connect scroll. That probably in itself is attractive to a lot of people, especially if you have been spending a lot. Now, I am quite stingy with my Connect scrolls to the point where it's like, maybe I should actually spend it more. And I have, thanks to the Astral Mausoleum. I have definitely busted out my connectors, which I'm actually really thankful for that I was stingy about up until now, because it just made it easier to use them to actually have a usable team. So now, if you have been maximizing all your quests, which I certainly have not, to pick up those connect scrolls, because that does require you to get enough wins in the castle Tenma, right? I don't know. But of course, I'm sure a lot of people have a big, burning hole thanks to the mausoleum. So maybe this is a nice way to replenish your supply as well. Now, the premium has a continuation bonus like the Mon Pass. I think the commercial skip tickets are our new thing. Yay. But up until 1 and 3 months, that's exactly the same. But the new one is in the 6-month continuation period, which will get you a Super Mon Pass Dama. And this Super Mon Pass Dama guarantees you to give one of the featured 5-6 star monsters of whichever gacha you use this. This is an item that you pick up, and it is also something that you get on your first month of renewal, just for the very first month. So if you are interested on how this works, you might as well get 2 months worth of the Mon Pass Premium to see how it works. But they did warn you that some gachas will not be available with this Super Mon Pass Dama, so be careful about that. And you can only use one Super Mon Pass Dama on a particular gacha. You cannot stack multiples to try and use them all on the same gacha. You must split it up and share the wealth there. So please be careful about that. And how this works is, when you go to the gacha screen here, right? Hey, I can actually use my in-game thing. You have this button here that you can click to, cycle through all of your gachas. There will be another one that's specifically for the Mon Pass, and it'll basically reflect one of the gachas here, right? And it'll basically have one button here saying, I want to use my Super Mon Pass Dama on this. Again, if it's not eligible for use with the Mon Pass Dama, Super Mon Pass Dama, it will not be there. So this will explain why. Now, when you're upgrading or downgrading from the Mon Pass to Premium or vice versa, the different endpoints have a little bit of a technical configuration on how it works. The Apple and the web store works one way, and Google works another. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna pause the video real quick. Okay, another coughing fit over. Now, the way they calculate how the upgrade or downgrade works is a little bit interesting. It is technical, and honestly, I would suggest you, if this is something you really care about, try to go to the actual help screen and figure it out. And if you really do have questions, talk with support. Support does have an English endpoint as well, so they'll probably help you directly. But basically, the Apple and the web store will calculate the difference between the days left on the Mon Pass and subtract it from the premium price, and will build the difference for you. When you upgrade and then downgrade, you're not going to get any reprieve from that, and that just whatever next month you will be back at the regular Mon Pass rate for that. But you won't be able to use the premium. Well, I guess it doesn't matter since you're downgrading. For Google, it does some calculations for you and will apply the difference for you, which I guess is nice, and adjust, the start date based on the amount of remaining time left. So cool. If that's something you really, really care about technically. Oh, hey! So that's it for the Mon Pass. Is it worth it or not? Honestly, guys, I don't see it, and the other thing that I just don't see and understand is the Waku Waku Bank. I still do not see its worth at all. It doesn't do anything that you couldn't do before, except have an empty slot to throw things in. I mean, anyways, as you can see, any previous Ableberry related menu about moving or upgrading Ableberries have been moved into the Waku Waku Bank here. Basically, you are given the ability to deposit berries into a cage that can be utilized by other monsters whenever you feel like it. Now, of course, there's going to be 2 steps: depositing an ableberry and then withdrawing an ableberry. Depositing ableberries are free. You can go in here, and then basically you want to click this blue button, and that will get you to the Waku Waku stick menu that you've been used to before. So let's see. I will steal an ableberry from Arslan here, right? Like, let's say, you know, here you go. This one I probably want. So you select the monster's ableberry, and you could select more if you have multiple cages open. I only have 1 cage open right now, but you can select multiple and apply them to multiple cages. And then you can say my destination is going to be here. It's reminding you that the ableberry cage that you've selected is empty. Oh, sorry, you want to select the ableberry, my bad. And then you're saying, okay, I am going to deposit my ableberry here. Cool. Now what is important is that, again, this is free. You are not paying anything to deposit into a cage here. Now, the warning here is, of course, if an ableberry is already there, a cage can only hold 1 ableberry. So if you want to put multiple berries into multiple cages, you need to click each individual cage one by one. It won't just do it for you. And if there is an ableberry already in the cage, you will overwrite it that way, just as if you were to overwrite a monster in the previous way. Now, if you want to withdraw an ableberry and find a monster that would be able to use it, and I'm not going to try to think about that now, but it basically is the same exact process that you've been through before, right? You want to pick a monster you want to take an ableberry from. You click the cage, select that, and then just like you've been using the Waku Waku wand for before, you select a monster, pick all of the Waku Waku mins that you no Mi that you want, and you can combine this multiple ways, right? Like, I've got that one, and then maybe I want to steal the berries that are on this guy, and then pick this and send it to Mobius, right? Right, and if you want to use an ableberry school, you do it like that, just like it's the same process that you've been used to up until now, using a Waku Waku stick, right? So again, withdrawing does cost a Waku Waku stick like usual, and then do this just like you've done before. Did I? There we go. So nothing really special here. And yeah, you have to be in this screen to do it, so I do not understand its benefit at all. There are 3 ways to unlock extra cages. You see there are 3 locked right now. One is clearing the castle gardens in the challenge stage. Remember, that got punted into the challenge area with 30.0, so sorry. Oh, I'm out of water. Okay, give me a second. Okay, so right, the first way to unlock is clearing the garden stage in the challenge area. Remember, it is you do get monthly rewards for that, so make sure you still do that if you have not gotten those yet. You can also spend 1,000 Gozetsu points. You can click that here, and it will take you to that screen where you can spend those Gozetsu points. Wait, I didn't pick up my rewards yet, but right, here we go. You see that there is a new option there for the Waku Waku Bank, and if you need that, right, just spend 1,000 points. Obviously, I don't have that right now, so I can't do that, but if that's something you want, you can. And the last way to upgrade and unlock a new cage is to just simply spend 5 orbs. You can click that, spend 5 orbs, and you are good to get a second cage. There are plans to add more cage in the future, and I do believe they need to improve this service a little bit, like maybe giving it an option to send ableberries from the temple to the cages or something like that. something to give it some worth, because this, I simply don't get it. I do not understand why it's worth it. And I don't know. Like, I guess if you want, you gave a monster an Ableberry before, you don't want it to have it anymore, and you don't know who you want to send it on, you can use this as an interim. But sorry, I just do not understand. And I think I said that this when it was announced, so nothing has changed. Nah, this one's a funny one. If you really want to watch the Max Luck achieved animation screen for any monster you have Max Luck on, you can always come here into the bonus area, right? Scroll down to the Max Luck bonus, and you can click this button. This button will allow you to watch the Max Luck achieved animation for any monster you want. So let's do it. Woo! Like, maybe you accidentally skipped it, maybe you had it cut off, you know, this little animation cut off. And notably, this also fixes the issue that people were complaining about, that MV Neo, her face was being covered by the Kyoku on the top right, and people were upset about that. We got some orbs as compensation for that even. As you can see, the text has been slightly adjusted to make sure that that is not a problem going forward, which I think is hilarious. For those of you who have already picked up a great Ableberry scroll, remember you can get one by inviting 2 total people to the game, or by clearing all stages in the Astral Mausoleum. Basically anywhere you could have used the Ableberry scroll, you can now use the Great Ableberry scroll as well. So when you're powering up monsters, when you are using a Waku Waku stick and you need a 4th entry available, and as well as the temple screen, if you want to pick up 4 at once, you can use the Great Ableberry scroll there as well. If you remember, there used to be icons available saying double circle, you can clear this easily, circle, you can clear this. They basically adjusted how that calculation works. Basically it was a flat, you know, can you make a team that had a 70% clear rate, double circle. 50% rate was a circle. Now they use a different baseline, which it looks at the team that had the highest clear rate, uses that as a baseline, and takes 70% of that value and sees if you can do that. If you can get that 70% of the best, it's a double circle, 50% is a circle. So if the top team had a 10% clear rate, and you can make a team that clears that stage 5% of the time, the game will give you a circle. If it's in this case 7% or more, you'd get a double circle. And they retired the skull and crossbones warning marker, which I'm not surprised. It kind of like a little bit deflating to see that, and I don't think they want to just prevent you from trying to attempt a stage, so they've just simply gotten rid of that instead. So, okay, I understand. Miscellaneous updates. When you completely clear the Astral Mausoleum, a star icon will be added to Paranovia's stage result, so it's obvious that you have finished that. iOS devices can take advantage of Game Center to play with Monster Strike. I don't know what that is, but I assume that's a good thing. 32-bit Android devices are no longer supported. How old are those? Wow. Quest type selection option. I don't know if people have used this. I certainly have not, and I'm sure most people have not. This is reminiscent of, you know, the castle being just dumped to challenge area here, right? But remember there was an icon here where you could list all of these stages in a grid? That's gone. I don't think anybody was using that. Oh. And then the gacha pool for various rewards have been updated to include all monsters until July 31st. A notable change is, of course, the castle rewards. The castle rewards will not be updated going forward. This is the last time those gacha pools will be updated. So if you still need to get bonuses for them, which I still do, you do have another year for that. But the castle rewards will not be updated going forward. So please be careful about that. Bugs. there are instances of certain monsters not showing up properly in that Max Luck replay Max Luck feature menu. They are trying to figure out why certain monsters are missing and will be fixed in the next update. It's not a huge priority, so I wouldn't expect a 30.1 to fix that. At best you would. No, 30.1 is when you would see it. You wouldn't get a 30.0.1 something like that. And a fixed bug in special situations, a monster shot skill that moved the first touch friendly unit near you after done moving was not acting properly. That's L, right? So who knows what caused that bug to happen, but whatever it was is now fixed. And of course, don't forget, the post-update events are always available for you to enjoy. I always love doing the 50% coin flip, so let's see how that goes. So let's see. And I have my alt connected today again. Usually I have my main available for this, but I am doing a bunch of catch-up videos, so that explains. And hey, we got a hit for my alt. That is Brunok. So that's cool to see. Remember, you have until the 16th of August to do this. Single gacha pull for a coin flip of a 5-6 star monster. General pool only. And of course, don't forget that you do have an opportunity to get 5 orbs easily by clearing the power tasking stage here. Don't forget, easy to forget, but super easy to pick up 5 orbs. You know, that's really good. Alright. Now let me get my main, which was sitting on my bed. And we'll do the pull there, but that should be it for the version 30.0 rundown. Like I said, pretty disappointing, right? Like, Bank, I just don't see its worth at all. I'm sorry I'm bashing it so hard, but it just seems worthless, in my honest opinion. And of course, Premium Pass, is the value there? I don't know. You tell me. I just don't see it for that either. So, you know, this 30.0 update is just a huge miss in my eye. I see absolutely no worth for it at all. So, okay, off screen, let's do the single 50% gacha. And let's see. Sorry about the glare though. Ah, it looks like a bust. Oh no! It's Miyamoto! Miyamoto Musashi! He still doesn't have a Kai, huh? Right? Yeah. Well, looking forward to that anime. So yeah. Let me know if there's anything exciting for you in the version 30.0 update. I would love to hear about it. But yeah, I guess the Max Luck thing was great. Anyways, if you like what you saw, do consider hitting the like button and subscribing below. ENGmonst on Twitter/X, available to see any new information. And of course, the Discord channel link to the server is in the description, so please don't miss out on that. That's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I apologize for all the coughing fits. Hopefully I will feel better soon, and that will be a thing of the past. And until next time, bye bye.